Let's listen to Live Interactive English. 3, 2, 1, go! Today's lesson is the Metamorphosis, Day 1. Hi everyone, my name is Ted.
Hello, I'm Deborah.
And today we are going to look at a famous story. A story that was written in 1915, a long time ago, but it's still read today, especially in many schools in America.
That's right. It's actually a German story, but it is very well known in America, at least.
Right. It was translated into English, and we've all read the English translation of this famous story.
Well, we're going to read it again today, Ted.
Sounds good.
But before we do, let's preview today's vocabulary words. The first word we have here is carry on, and it just means to continue doing something. It says here, I have to leave the room for a few minutes, but please carry on with the meeting.
Okay, next we have accidentally. This is an adverb, and it describes something that happens by chance or as the result of an accident. It wasn't done on purpose. It wasn't deliberately intended or done. The sample sentence reads, Susanna drank out of Charlie's glass accidentally, so she offered to get him a new drink.
Well, the third word here is buzz, and buzz is actually a sound. It's kind of like a zzz, that kind of a sound. And it says here, when Peter heard some buzzing, he knew that there was a bee nearby.
Ooh, watch out. Next, explanation. This is a noun, and it means a reason for something. It's an explanation. It's a reason for something that has just happened. You can explain, that's the verb, explain what has just happened using an explanation, the noun. It says, no one could give an explanation for how the fire started in the new house.
Okay, and the last word here is flee. This is a verb, and it just means to leave very quickly, usually because there's something bad you are running from. It says here the people of the village fled when they heard that a strong typhoon was coming.
Oh, good idea. Okay, those are the words that will appear in our story today. Be on the lookout for them. And let's listen to the first part of our lesson for today right now.
The Metamorphosis. Gregor was a young man who lived with his parents and younger sister. To make ends meet, he worked as a traveling salesman. He hated his job, but he had to carry on because his family depended entirely on him. One morning, Gregor accidentally slept in. When he woke up, he discovered that he had changed into a monstrous bug. "What has happened to me?" he wondered as he stared at his many thin legs. He wished they would go away like a bad dream, but they didn't.
Okay, welcome back, everyone. So we're looking at the story, The Metamorphosis. It's kind of a crazy story, but I like it. It's interesting.
And a metamorphosis, that word just means a big change in something. A caterpillar will undergo a metamorphosis to turn into a butterfly. So it's a big change. It can be a good change, or in some cases, like in our story, maybe it's a not-so-good change.
Okay, well, let's get right to it. It says here, Gregor was a young man who lived with his parents and younger sister.
Oh.
Okay, so we've got the main character. His name was Gregor. I believe it was Gregor Samsa, right?
Right, that's his full name, but we just call him Gregor in our story. Sounds like a nice young man living with his parents and younger sister. And the story says, to make ends meet, he worked as a traveling salesman. Okay, if you make ends meet, that means you earn enough money or you have enough money to manage things financially. You have enough money for the things you need. So to earn a living, to pay for everything for himself and perhaps his family, he had to work as a traveling salesman.
Well, it says here that he hated his job, but he had to carry on because his family depended entirely on him. Okay, so it sounds like his family wasn't working. He was the only one working in his family, so he had to carry on with his job. If you carry on with something, that just means you keep doing it or you continue doing it.
This is often used as a command. What are you doing? We're cleaning the house. Oh, Okay, carry on. Continue to clean the house. Continue doing what you're doing. So if you want to run a long race, you have to carry on running. You can't stop. You have to continue to run, even though you want to stop after such a long distance.
If you want to win the race anyway.
Yeah,
right?
Or just even finish the race.
Okay, well, let's take a look here at the next paragraph. It says here, one morning, Gregor accidentally slept in.
Oops.
Uh-oh, this isn't good when you're working. You have to get up on time. If you sleep in, that just means you sleep later than you were supposed to. I know I hear a lot of students saying they slept late. Actually, we don't say this in English. We say you slept in. It means you slept longer than you planned or longer than you usually do.
Now, when's a great time to sleep in? On the weekends, on Saturday or on Sunday. That's when you usually don't have work or school. So some people like to sleep in to maybe 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, even 10 o'clock. That's probably the latest you should sleep in. But he did this accidentally. If you do something accidentally, well, it's the result of an accident. It happens by chance. You didn't deliberately want or intend to do it. You didn't do it on purpose. So when he went to bed the night before, he didn't think, I'm going to sleep in tomorrow. No, he accidentally slept in. Maybe his alarm clock didn't go off.
Okay, well, it says that when he woke up, he discovered that he had changed into a monstrous bug.
Oh.
Wow, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So a monstrous bug. A monstrous here is an adjective. You've probably heard the word monster, which is a noun. Now, a monster is just a big, ugly creature, usually a pretty scary creature. So if you're a monstrous bug, that means this bug is probably pretty ugly, pretty scary looking.
And please note the difference in spelling. As Deborah mentioned, monster is a noun, M-O-N-S-T-E-R, but monstrous, as an adjective, is spelled M-O-N-S-T-R-O-U-S. The E is left out.
Great point.
So please be very careful when you do the spelling of this scary word.
Okay. Well, then it says here there's a quotation. What has happened to me? He wondered as he stared at his many thin legs. Well, that's a good question. I think if I turned into a bug, I'd probably be thinking the same thing.
Yes, that might be the first question I would ask myself. He says, he wished they would go away like a bad dream, but they didn't. So he wished that his thin legs would go away, that it was all a bad dream. But even when he closed his eyes and opened them again, his thin legs were still there. He was still a monstrous bug.
Okay, well, we're going to find out what happens next in part 2 of today's lesson. But right now, it's time to go to our Chinese teacher.
今天跟同学介绍的文学作品是卡夫卡的《变形记》哦。那么卡夫卡他是一位用德文写作的作家，他的作品呢都环绕着存在主义这个主题哦，就是说人存在这个世界上到底有什么意义？那他觉得每一个人其实都是很孤寂，没有办法真的跟外界沟通的，也就是说这全世界没有人了解你。不管你以为自己多么的重要，所以这边同学刚才听到一部分的课文应该知道，哇，这个男主角变成一个虫，他没有办法，他失去了跟外界沟通的能力，即使是他的家人也是一样。那看到标题的部分说到 Metamorphosis 这个字很长哦， Meta 在拉丁文当中就是 beyond 超越越过的意思，那么 morph 后面这个5个字母 morph 讲的就是形态形状，所以说这个东西这个人已经跟原本的形状不一样，超越了，变形了。那泰老师讲了一个我们很容易了解的例子，叫做 caterpillar， 就是毛毛虫的意思，它的拼法是 C-A-T-E-R-P-I-L-L-A-R caterpillar 毛毛虫，再试一次哦 C-A-T-E-R-P-I-L L-A-R 毛毛虫它变形会变成蝴蝶等等，那这一个蜕变的过程就是 Metamorphosis。 那内文的部分首先看到 to make ends meet， 注意哦，这个 end 要复数形哦， 这个片语讲的是说收支平衡，或者是这个生活刚刚好过得去。账本的最后一栏不是有支出跟收入吗？那这两个地方假设刚刚好可以打平的话，就是 to make ends meet， 引申出来就是说赚来的钱差不多每个月的开销都会花光光，刚好过得去的意思。那后面看到 carry on 这一个片语其实就是 continue 继续不中断的意思。那 carry on 跟 continue 继续做一件事情，后面常常接动词嘛，这个片语或者是 continue 这个动词后面的第二个动词你可以接 to 加原形，也可以加 VING。 所以刚才听到外教说有时候他说 continue to do something， 有的时候又说 continue doing something， 其实两个用法都是可以的。那 carry on 也是一样。那假设你说继续一件事情，那假设你后面要接名词的话加一个 with， continue with what you are doing， carry on with what you are doing。 你现在在做什么就继续吧，不要中断，没有关系。那第二段看到 accidentally 是这一课的生字同学都知道 accident 就是意外，其实 accidentally 不见得讲的是那种可能会受伤的意外，就是说一个事情是不小心发生的，没有经过安排就发生的，所以副词 accidentally 讲的是不小心的，或者是说一件事情忽然间就发生了。那它怎么样了呢？ slept in。 slept 的原型是 sleep， 大家都会这边 sleep in 讲的是睡过头非常实用的片语，对不对？那外教师已经说了不可以说 sleep late， 在英文里面没有这种说法。那另外同学常说到的 sleep over， 很多人想到睡过头都会说 sleep over。 那其实在美国的口语当中sleep over 是说你去别人家过夜。下面看到哇，重点来了，这个男主角第二天起来变成一只虫而且是 monstrous bug。 这个 monstrous 其实就是 monster怪兽野兽的那个形容词，不过拼法有一点点变Taylor 老师有提醒同学了，中间这个 e 去掉了。那类似的例子还有那个灾难灾害叫做 disaster， 那灾害性的disastrous 一样后面那个去掉 e， 留下一个 r， 再加上 ous， 所以这种变化还蛮多的，同学要小心。那么第一部分就讲到这边，我们来听英文 Follow
me。1, 2, 3, 4， 跟我一起学英语，英文 Follow me。
在课文的第一段第二句有提到一个字叫做 salesman， 男销售员。当然了，女销售员就是 saleswoman。不过因为避免有性别歧视的意见，所以呢我们通常都可以说 salesperson， salesperson 就是销售员。有很多字都有这样的状况，像是 policeman policewoman， 我们也可以用 police officer 来代替。我们再讲回来 sale 这个字， sale 可以当作名词，有出售贩卖的意思，像比如说大卖场都有大特卖或是大拍卖，我们就可以说 on sale on sale。 还有 for sale就是出售的意思 for sale。 像比如说复活节快要到了，那么有人看到复活节彩蛋开始特卖会了吗？就可以说 Has anyone seen any Easter eggs on sale yet? Has anyone seen any Easter eggs on sale yet? 当然了，这个 sale 我们如果是复数组成的片语就有 sales tax，tax 有税收的意思，那么 sales tax 表示营业税，是非常重要的商家他们都要付这个营业税sales tax。 这样你会了吗？我们来听下一段课文咯。
Noticing Gregor was late for work, his parents knocked on his door. "I'm getting up right away," Gregor yelled and struggled to roll out of bed. However, his words were only squeaking and buzzing, which his parents could not understand. Before he could get out of bed, there was a knock at the front door. It was Gregor's boss coming to demand an explanation for Gregor's absence.
Okay, welcome back, everyone. Okay, remember Gregor accidentally slept in, and he discovered that he had turned into a bug. Well, noticing Gregor was late for work, his parents knocked on his door. Okay, remember they depend on him to make ends meet. He's the only one in the family who's working. So, of course, if he didn't get up, if he was late for work, they might start to worry about him. So they knocked on his door. They wanted to find out if he was okay.Well,
he says here, I'm getting up right away, Gregor yelled and struggled to roll out of bed. Okay, so he's trying to tell them what's happening. It says, though, however, his words were only squeaking and buzzing, which his parents could not understand. Remember, he's not human anymore, he's a bug, so I guess he can't talk properly. It says his words were only squeaking and buzzing. Now, squeaking is a noise. It's usually a very high sound. We think of mice squeaking.
Ooh, that's a good squeaking sound. So as Deborah just demonstrated, a squeak, or if something or someone is squeaking, they're making a short, high-pitched sound. A mouse, maybe a baby bird, might be squeaking up in its nest. And of course, Gregor was also buzzing. His words were only buzzing. Now, buzz, as Deborah has told us, is that long, continuous sound. The sound like a bee makes when it's flying around. I'll do a buzz. Buzz, buzz, buzz. Does that sound like a bee?
It sounds just like a bee, but I know there's no bee, so I'm not scared.
Oh, good. It might have been Gregor trying to talk to us, but he could only communicate using squeaking sounds and buzzing sounds. He couldn't speak English or German anymore.
Well, this sounds terrible. So how is he going to communicate with his parents? It says here, before he could get out of bed, there was a knock at the front door. Okay, and then it says here it was Gregor's boss coming to demand an explanation for Gregor's absence.
Oh.
Wow, everybody wants to know, where's Gregor? How come he's not at work, or why isn't he at work? Now, if you demand something, you require it. You are forcing someone to do something.
Right. You ask for something in a very forceful way. Demand is a verb. I demand an explanation. I require an explanation. I'm asking for you in a strong way to give me an explanation. You can also make a demand. Demand can be a noun as well. So demand is the strongest, and then not as strong would be request. I request that you help me. Or suggest would be the least forceful of these. So demand is very strong. If you demand an explanation or demand something from someone, you're asking for something in a very strong, forceful way.
Now, an explanation, as Ted mentioned, is a reason for something. You're explaining the reasons for something. So explain is the verb, explanation is the noun. You could also be giving a description or telling why something happened.
So everyone is worried about Gregor. This is getting interesting.
It is. I can't wait to find out what happens next. But we'll have to wait a few minutes because right now it's time to go to our Chinese teacher.
之前说到那个男主角变成了虫，那这边就来描述一下你从人变成虫之后人生会有什么改变。当然就是无法跟外界沟通咯，你唯一剩下的声音就是这边听到的 squeaking and buzzing. Squeak 讲的是那种动物，像老鼠啊，它们发出那种很尖锐的叫声。那后面的 buzz 就是那种昆虫拍动翅膀的声音， bzz bzz 的声音。除此之外呢，那个对讲机的声音也很像这个。假设有人在底下要按对讲机说，你帮我把铁门打开， I'll buzz the door open. I'll buzz the door open. 我就是 bzz 一下，然后楼下的铁门就开了。所以这个 buzz 是一个状声词，应该很好记忆。后面看到 demand 一个非常重要的动词，当然也可以当名词啊，不过这边是动词，讲的是命令、要求的意思，很强烈的一个字哦。那为什么说这个字很重要呢？因为 demand 后面常常接一个子句。Demand someone do something 一个子句嘛，就要有主词有动词，而且这个子句的动词一定要接原形。我要求你一定要做什么，那个做什么一定要用原形动词哦。这是因为中间省略了 should， 你应该做什么，那个 should 助动词的关系。不过这边没有那么复杂，同学稍微看到就可以了。他要求一样东西，也可以直接接名词。这个男主角老板来要求一个解释。那解释这个字的动词叫做 explain E-X-P-L-A-I-N E-X-P-L-A-I-N explain 是动词，那变成名词的时候拼法也变咯，同学要千万小心 explanation 那个动词原本有一个 I 去掉咯。好了，第二部分就讲到这边，那我们来听第三部分的课文。
Gregor managed to unlock the bedroom door with his jaws and showed himself. Everyone was terrified. The manager fled, his mother fainted, and his father, waving a cane, forced Gregor to return to the bedroom. The door was slammed shut, and Gregor spent the rest of the day hiding under his couch.
Okay, welcome back, everyone. Remember, Gregor is in his room. Only we know that he's a bug, and he knows that too. Well, I think he's going to come out of his room. It says, Gregor managed to unlock the bedroom door with his jaws and showed himself. Oh boy, this could be scary. They're expecting a human being. Gregor, their son, the employee, the boss's salesperson. But they're going to find a bug instead. So he was able, or he managed to unlock the door. If you unlock something, you open it, especially something that's been locked. Usually we unlock something using a key. You might unlock the door to your home, for example. So we use un to give something the opposite meaning. So if you lock something, you close it up. If you unlock something, you open it up, something that's been locked. So we add un, to a verb or an adverb or a noun to produce a word that has the opposite meaning of the original word.
Right. For example, I sometimes have to untie my shoes before I take them off.
Yes.
So when I put them on, I tie them, and then I untie them when I take them off.
Right. Or if you're able to do something, you can do it. Or if you're unable, the opposite would be that you're not able to do something.
Right. It says here, everyone was terrified. Now, this word terrify means very, very scared, right?
Right.
Because if you say they were scared, well, that's bad. But terrified means extra scared.
Right. If you're terrified, you might scream, you might run away. Let's find out what everyone did. Well, the manager fled. His mother fainted, and his father, waving a cane, forced Gregor to return to the bedroom. Wow, they were all terrified, so they all reacted or acted in different ways. The manager ran away. If you flee, fled is the past tense, of course, it means to run away or escape from someone or something, a bad situation. You might flee a typhoon or flee an earthquake. So fled is the past tense of flee, to run away or escape.
Okay, so then his mother fainted. If you faint, you just you become unconscious and you fall down. And his father forced Gregor to return to the bedroom. I guess they didn't want him to leave because he was so scary and ugly.
Right. The door was slammed shut, and Gregor spent the rest of the day hiding under his couch. Oh, no. If you slam something, well, usually it means to shut it noisily with a lot of force. So you can slam something, that's a verb, and you can also use it as a noun. The door was shut with a slam. So that's kind of the sound something makes when you shut it with a lot of force. Slam the door.
I don't like the sound of a slamming door.
No, neither do I.
Okay, well, it says here he spent the rest of the day hiding under his couch. Poor Gregor. I wonder what's going to happen to him next. Well, that's all the time we have for today's lesson. So let's go now to our Chinese teacher.
那第三部分讲的是 Gregor 除了沟通的能力失去了之外，现在行动也变得很不方便了，所以他好不容易把这个门给怎么样 unlock the door。这个 lock 是锁起来 unlock 就是打开。相似的例子un 开头的动词非常的多，像 Deborah 老师提到的 untie untie 把鞋带解开。那么最后看到 fled 这个过去式的动词，原型是 flee 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 就是逃跑脱逃的意思。那这个字其实可以直接接一个名词不需要接 from。比方说你离开逃离你的国家 flee the country。好了，这一课就讲到这边，那我们来听迪克森与小丸子。
迪克森，
小丸子 take a bow，
上台拿个碗，
上台一鞠躬不好笑。
哎呀，我不敢啊。
哎呦 just call him up and tell him how you feel。 你就打打看嘛，总要有一个人主动吧。
It's easier said than done. What if he doesn't like me?
喂，你们要忽略我了。你们刚刚在说什么？说那么快。
我叫露露打给他，跟他说他的感觉。
有道理，这个说得好。
可是哎呦 it's easier said than done 说的容易做的难啊，如果他不喜欢我怎么办？
哎呦，男生很好追啦，女追男隔层纱，你没听过吗？
可是哎呀 that's easy for you to say 你说的很容易，因为你是男的吗？可是我害羞啊。
对对对，我懂，男人心海底针 That's easy for you to say 迪克森，你说的好容易哦，但是对我们女生来说啊，矜持和面子很重要的耶。
哎呦，刚那句英文你会用啦，听力进步咯。
哎呦，好说，我是英文人啊。哎，你忘了 That's easy for you to say 就是你说的倒容易， It's easier said than done 就是说的容易做的难。我常常用这句话回我那机车的老板。
哦，算你有胆，你这样回他，他还没开除你。你真是好命哦！快来，帮你姐妹想想办法，不然露露一直看着电话筒发呆傻笑也不是办法吧？
我想想，不然叫露露请那个男人来我们家玩好了。
That's easy for you to say 你看他不敢和那个男生讲话呢，有可能约他来吗？
说的也是啦，那不然你打电话给那个男的，然后约他出来怎么样
？It's easier said than done 人家等会以为我是 gay 同性恋怎么办？拜托你的点子都很烂不会吧，露露睡着了。
你好啊，我係露露，我好中意你喎，唔知可唔可以做你女朋友？
我连睡觉都可以那么三八，你看。
Number 1, carry on.
动词继续。
I have to leave the room for a few minutes, but please carry on with the meeting.
我必须离开这个房间几分钟，不过请继续开会。
Number 2, accidentally.
副词意外地，不小心。
Susanna drank out of Charlie's glass accidentally, so she offered to get him a new drink.
苏珊娜不小心喝了查理的饮料，所以她提议买一杯新的还给他。
Number 3, buzz.
动词嗡嗡叫。
When Peter heard some buzzing, he knew that there was a bee nearby.
当彼得听到嗡嗡的声音的时候，他知道附近有一只蜜蜂。
Number 4, explanation.
名词解释、辩解。
No one could give an explanation for how the fire started in the new house.
没有人能够解释这个新房子是怎么起火的。
Number 5, flee.
动词逃走。
The people of the village fled when they heard that a strong typhoon was coming.
得知有强烈台风来袭，村民连忙撤离。
That's all the time we have for Live Interactive English. Please join us again next time. For Live Interactive English, I am Ted.
I am Deborah.
See you next time.